what's the crack? You're all very welcome to Ramble Pod, part of the Buckshot Enterprise, for Ramble Pod number 24. Fucking Christ almighty. For Tuesday, 13th of November 2018. I'm a bit fucking late, lads, I know. Nobody was giving out, in fairness. Just a couple of messages like, here, where's the old podcast there? Like, did I miss it? And I know it's people being passive-aggressive, because you didn't miss it. You didn't. Well, to be fair, once you headed off at the pass, which I did last night, like I put up a message on Chatty Snaps and Instagram. Once you kind of headed off at the pass, because like that, I got in last night at fucking 11:30 or something, and sure, nobody wants to be listening to me at that fucking stage after like a 17-hour day. Who the fuck wants to be listening to that fella? Because it's just ramblings of actual rambling, like pure shite. Not saying that the stuff is high quality otherwise, but to be nothing. Plus, I was fucked. Hadn't even had a bite to eat, so it would have been about 12 o'clock by the time I set it up. Would have been 1 o'clock by the time it's recorded, edited, and probably about 1:30, 1:45 by the time I get. You know, do we need to continue? We don't need to continue with this shit. Jesus Christ, fucking hell. At least this one isn't too late. It's 10:30. It's 10:30, so it'll probably go out about 11:30. So I won't delay too much on this one. So yeah, Jesus Christ, fair play. Some class pictures over the weekend. I'd been forgetting to ask for it, but people were sending me like videos and stuff on the fucking sesh. You sons of bitches. Although to be fair, I can't complain too much. I was in the Laughter Lounge all weekend. Christ almighty. You can't really complain when you're gigging at the Laughter Lounge all weekend. It was fucking smashing. I don't think I was gigging anywhere else since talking to you. No, I wasn't. I was in the Laughter Lounge, alright, with Graham Merrigan last week. A few people were just saying that when they listen to it on headphones, it's fine, but when they were listening to it on, like, Bluetooth speakers and stuff like that, Graham was a bit on the quieter side. It happens. It happens. What I have to head this off at the pass, what I've done, I've listened, and thanks to the Patreon money, I've invested in headphones, and I think they're kind of split them so that. See, the thing is, like, here's the thing: you need to kind of be here, unless you're a stand-up comedian who, you know what I mean. You're speaking into a mic 7 nights a fucking week, and you know the sound of your own voice and all the rest of it. And it was my fault too. Like, I should have turned him up a bit more. And then when you try to afterwards, and look, anyway, the reality is headphones are on the way. They have been ordered and they have been dispatched from a company here in Ireland. So fuck those other guys. I was had a couple of people on going, they're fucking chancers. I mean, they were good the first time round. They were just cunts on this time round. I'm still waiting on stuff. Would you believe it? Keep on getting like these automated messages saying there's been a change in the time of dispatchment of your. It's like, you motherfucker. So I actually need to sit down. I haven't had time. I need to sit down and just fuck somebody out of it on the phone. I sending emails. You can't be sending emails. Fuck that. You're supposed to leave a paper trail and all this shit nowadays. Like when it's, because to cover your arse and all this. But I think just a good fucking bollocking down the phone, I think will do the trick absolutely fine. Because listen, they're English folk, you know what I mean? And if they hear the likes of this fucking scumbag roaring down the phone at them, they'll either give me my money back or, get the shit out the fucking door. Like I was saying, it was one tiny thing, like the little fuzzy fellas that go over the microphone. It was I just picked a colour because, they typically come in black. I just said, I'll have a blue one. It turns out it was the blue one that was holding up everything. I was like, I don't give a fuck what colour it is. Just fucking send them on to fuck, will you? In an email. And I still started getting these bullshit automated messages and kind of a half apology for. Anyway, don't want to be boring the living fuckery. So anyway, headphones are on the way. Headphones have been dispatched here in Dublin. Should have them tomorrow, please God, for Thursday's recording of the podcast in the Laughter Lounge. So if somebody, the thing is, if somebody can hear their own voice, they'll hear the volume of it through the headphones. So they'll know kind of to be instinctively closer to the microphone. Do you know that kind of way? But anyway, look, everybody else had no problem with it. It's not the end of the fucking world. Plug in the headphones. You'll be grand. Look, we're getting there. We're getting there. As a podcast fucking gang, we're getting there, gang. We're getting there. We're going to be here forever. So, I mean, if you went back in Joe Rogan's and listened to the first fucking 500, I can promise you, because I've listened to him, the sound is all over the fucking shop. So we're not even at 100 yet. Although we are. Episodes of just actual podcasts up, I think we're over 110 now at this stage. But actual buckshots, we're coming up on 85. So we should have ironed out all the creases by about 100, I reckon. We should be on the fucking pig's back from then. But yeah, the Laughter Lounge is absolutely fucking, jeez, it was absolutely smashing. I was on with Paul Marsh, friend of the pod, Johnny Candon, friend of the pod, and Russell Hicks, not a friend of the pod, but a nice fella. Didn't get a chance really to sit down with him. Didn't. Our paths only crossed for a while in the comedy club. I just didn't have time. It would have been a good chat. He's a good man for the crowd work. You should look him up on YouTube. He's very good at the crowd work, especially if he gets shit off a heckler. Oh, fucking praise God that you don't give him shit. He's very, very good. It was, all 3 nights, smashing. It's weird because there was a point I think I said something about Wagon Wheel, that song Wagon Wheel, and it's like I draw the fucking mad cunts out of an audience, like. These people started singing it at 350 people in a comedy club, like, and people started singing Wagon Wheel. Like I mentioned, I think I was wearing a check shirt one of the nights, probably all of the nights, just varying different. Like most of the people who listen to this podcast have seen me on stage. You know, I pretty much wear shit that you'd wear fucking, cutting down trees. And I said something about looking like I'm going to sing Wagon Wheel, just a throwaway comment, and these gang of women down the back started singing Wagon Wheel. It's like, oh, right. So this is it, is it? Fuck's sake. I wasn't overly angry about it, but it was like, what the fuck? You are adults, like, it's unreal, like, as when you're stone cold sober, like, just like this one of the nights, this one, Johnny Candon had a story about coppers that he was teaching. It was a funny story that he was teaching these foreign lads that were up the front, and this fucking weapon kept from middle of the audience, of course, in the darkness, kept on shouting up, "It's a shithole! It's a shithole!" And of course, Johnny dealt with her brilliantly. I think she said something at some stage. It's just like she couldn't let him beat her, but he was clearly fucking beating her. In the other 348 people, because her friend was kind of along with her, but I'm pretty much sure she saw it too. Everybody else is like, "Would you shut the fuck up? This man has an answer for everything you're doing. This is what he does for a living. Shut the fuck up." And she just couldn't let it go. And you're looking going, you're a grown-ass fucking adult. You're a grown-ass adult. You have a job somewhere. Somebody is paying you fucking money to behave like a fucking adult. And in front of all these people, you're just screaming like a fucking 2-year-old. It was just, it's fascinating to watch it. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I'll bury you. I'll absolutely bury it, because this is what we do. Johnny fucking capped her off nicely. She says, "And it's like 15 euros in." And that's me just leaned on the mic, stared at her and went, "Oh, is that a lot of money for you, is it?" And boom, absolutely, "No, you didn't," kind of moment. The whole place fucking erupted. He hit her with 1 or 2 more fucking, like she was on the ropes at that stage, hit her 2 more body shots and fucking slapped to the jaw. And she actually, before the break even, she upped and fucked off with her friend. Paid like I mean, you're paying 26 quid a ticket. And you're going to fuck off, before the first act is on. Weird. But like that was, you know what I mean? It was, everybody else is just laughing their ass off. Because this is just, and it's good to weed out the mad fuckers. And this is the thing, when you're going to get over 300 people in a room, there's going to be a few fucking weirdos. There's going to be. You get 100 people, you get 50 people in the room, you can be guaranteed 2 of them are fucking weird. That just aren't in sync with society. But because they can find people, like-minded people on fucking Instagram and whatever, they feel totally vindicated. Jesus, I think of the word. So, you can feel normal. And it's fine to feel normal if you've been odd. But, like, if you're odd to the point where you just scream shit in the middle of the fucking darkness of a comedy club in front of everybody else, making it a pain in the hole for everybody around you, then you're a bit of a cunt. And you need to get your shit together. But it was fun. It was gas. One of the nights I was walking back, and there was 2 kind of weird. I was walking, and there's a couple of bits on Abbey Street where you're kind of in and out of bus stops, because you can't just walk a straight line, because the bus stops kind of take up half the footpath, and then there was a lot of people waiting on a bus. And this person that was on my shoulder, I was getting a bit getting a bit wary. I was clenching the old fist in the pocket, ready to fucking go if it fucking had to happen, like, because you know what I mean. It's fucking 11 o'clock at night on Dublin city centre, on a darkened street. Who knows? Never happened to me, but who knows? Always be fucking ready. Like the Navy SEALs, always be fucking ready. But as I kind of sped up, this person seemed to speed up, because I was speeding up just to get around people quickly and make it. And this person on my shoulder, and then at one stage I went to bank left, turn in for the car park, and it was this gravelly voiced owl lad, fucking had his hands in his pockets, and he was short, like he was about 5 foot. And he kind of looks up at me and he goes, "Jesus, if anybody saw the 2 of us, I think we're fucking racing. What? Have a good night." And on with him. And it stopped me in my tracks. It was like, that has put me in such good form. I was already in great form. I just walked out of the comedy club and had a great set. But it was like, that's just put me in great form. Talk about, you know, there was a moment there where everything was gone off the fucking, everything was off the table. I was ready to fight an old man or whoever was over my shoulder. And then this guy just turned it all on its head and made it sound very fucking funny. But I don't know, was it that night or the following night? I went down into the car park. It's a nice fucking car park, well lit. It's in the city centre. It's the Irish Life car park. It's a fucking nice one. Not the cheapest one in the city, but you know what? It's close to the Laughter Lounge and it's fucking nice. Do you know what I mean? But I walked down, there's security have a booth in there and everything, an office in there. And I walked down, there's just these 3 fucking scumbags, which, you know, alright, there's scumbags everywhere, but they're sitting down over by, like, you know, the centre median that comes with some of the parking, like, where it's like a couple of, you know, 2 curbs and some concrete or whatever. And these fuckers are playing tunes on the phone, grand, drinking cans, okay. One of them has the shirt off, alright. And then one of them is just pissing up against the side of a fucking BMW. Like, you motherfucking pricks. Like, Jesus Christ, did you just open up the handbook on how to be a scanger cunt and go, well, you know, section 2.3, lads, pissing up against a car that doesn't belong to us. We in for that? Hands, show of hands? All 3 of us, great. Okay, so moving on to subsection 2.2, one of us has to have our shirt off, even though it's November. Anyone? Barry? Good, nice, Barry. And cans. I think that's obligatory. Yeah, let's do it. Playing tunes in public? Cool. Like, it was like they were ticking all the fucking boxes. Like, Jesus Christ. But it was, as always, it's a ball in the fucking Laughter Lounge. You can't, like I said, you won't go fucking wrong. You won't go wrong if you're thinking about heading out of a night out in Dublin. Night is wrapped up by, you know, 11 o'clock or whatever. So you can hit the tiles after that. I don't know why I said it like I'm from, I was supposed speaking about the inner city Dublin. That's what I'm doing. But it was, yeah, you can't go fucking wrong. You can't go, Jesus, and wrong. But like I said, thank you all very much to the Patreon people. You're fucking playing a blinder there on a weekly basis, flinging dollars at the old podcast. It's now allowed us to buy fucking headphones. So we're buying headphones. We bought headphones now. If you haven't heard of Patreon, it's essentially just a way of throwing some money. If you appreciate a podcast and you appreciate getting 2 podcasts a week, yeah, it allows you to just throw it, because obviously there's no money. There's no money coming in for this thing. We don't go after sponsorship, because sponsorship is fucking tricky. Like, if you listen to Mero last week, sponsorship is tricky on this shit, because you either need to be doing such astronomical numbers that there's no wondering, or you need to be so specific on a subject that people can get in behind you, and you promise you won't say any curse words and you won't deviate off. See, it doesn't become a fucking podcast. It becomes, I don't know what the fuck it is then. Like, so, it's all down to the people of Patreon and like that. And I don't think I put it up, but I'm going to put up 2 this week. I put up 1 now, and I'll put up another again on Friday. Episodes of the Tom and Jerry Show from the back catalogue. If you haven't heard of it, it's myself and Tom. Jesus Christ, I get this wrong every week. It's myself and Jerry McBride of Waterford Whispers fame. We have about 3 seasons of the Tom and Jerry Show, so I'll be putting them up exclusively on the Patreon page, only for the Patreons, because you know what I mean. You gotta give them a taste of the action. T-Republic is there too for anybody who likes the old logos and all the rest of it. You want to get it on some stuff. It's gone out to people in foreign countries on cups and fucking tea cozies. Not in tea cozies, for fuck's sake. God, I love my face on a tea cozy. If life would be made of my face. But you can buy it on cushions. You can put the logo on cushions, and you don't have to get my face. There's a separate one there purely of Buckshot and purely of Ramble Pod, which you can get on notebooks, fucking you name it, t-shirts, all sorts, hoodies, everything. Have a look at the page. It'll be in the link will be in the description of this. That's that shit out of the way. Do you know what I've been thinking? Because I've been struggling with the old fucking sleep, because you know your brain is I'm doing like, you know, between the acting stuff and the stand up. My brain wouldn't even work to the point of my actual fucking job. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. And then you're doing podcast stuff as well, and you're having to get podcast guests, and now I'm having to get people for a comedy club that's coming up next year and stuff. So your brain is fucking melting. And it would be doing, like, you could do a 20-hour day, but it doesn't make a fucking difference. Your brain is still whirring. And I'm sure there's people listening to this going, I'm the exact same fucking way. I can't shut the fucker down. Tell me this and tell me no more. Has anybody, because I see a chap that I'm hoping to have on the podcast soon enough, has started up a hemp and CBD oil company. I don't know anything about the stuff. I mean, I'm getting less cynical, I think, oddly. I think I'm getting less cynical at my old age, so I'm open to suggestions. Is it good shit for putting you to off into fucking Sweetie Birdie land? Is it? Is it good shit? Let me know. This is just a question going out to the listeners of the podcast. Has anybody used CBD oil? What have you used it for? And will it knock me the fuck out? That's the question. Like, knock me the fuck out. And not knock me out for like 3 days. I need to be able to get up again the next morning, like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, whatever. Like, but will it just go, calm that fucking engine down? Calm that fuck, like, you know, like the intercoolers come on. Let the fucking turbo wind down and let the fucking brain chill. Does it do that? Let me know. Because you'll be looking at shit in line there, sure. Of course, if you look up the people that are selling the stuff, they'll tell you it'll fucking you're going to get an extra fucking 5 inches on your flute, like, you know, that kind of way, like, you know. I mean, the only thing is, like, is that I like fuck big pharma, you know what I mean? Because they will just peddle shit into you all day long. I'm all for the natural shit, whatever, like, but I don't know. So how the fuck else am I going to find out if I don't ask people? And I will take your word at it. Tell me, has anybody used CBD oil, and what the fuck have you used it for? I spotted one the other day. Somebody started, a couple of these CBD companies that started following me on Instagram, and they'd one up the other day. It was of this, it was a little ball of marijuana, but they obviously give it names. Like, you can name it anything you fucking want. Like, if you're inventing a new one, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? If you're cross-pollinating and making a fucking new one, you can call it, like a horse. Basically, you can call it fucking Charlie Ryan's toenails. You know what I mean? You can call it whatever the fuck you want. But this one was probably the greatest name ever for fucking, for hash, or not hash, for fucking weed. They called it sour diesel. Sour fucking diesel. How I even put it up on Instagram when these people followed me. It's like, yeah, I don't even know what it is, but it's good enough for me. I mean, I smoked weed years ago, like, it just fucking made me ill. But I smoked, I horsed way too much of it too on top of that, and I'm not really, I haven't the fucking time to be sitting down getting stoned. I honestly don't, because there won't be a fucking moment where I can sit still. And as soon as I fucking relax, I guarantee you, I'll have to fucking be in the car within 5 minutes and driving up the fucking road, and I can't be doing that stoned. And you need a lot of practice too. I'm half decent at drinking. I was anyway. I'm not anymore. I was, but the CBD oil, I need to know about it. That's the bottom line, because I think that might be the shit. And I'll get on to these lads, because they're growing it in Ireland too. So fuck it. Like, they're growing it down here in Wicklow, for fuck's sake. Like, so I mean, Jesus. I don't know. Look, I've never eaten fucking silage either. You know, so I don't know what this fucking stuff does. But let me know. If you know anything about it, fucking let me know. We were down in Limerick on Tuesday. Down in Limerick for the University Concert Hall Panto. Fuck me, they've already shifted 18,000 tickets. Fucking hell, like. That's before a fucking light is switched on. They've shifted. That's 18,000 tickets. Shifted. So, yeah, that's a nice thing to look up. You know, for anybody who's ever had to sell a show of any sort for yourself, or when anything like that, anybody listening, if you look in and all of a sudden you sold 18,000 fucking tickets, I know, it's you know, that's 18 shows, but it's quite nice. It's quite nice it's cool to hear it anyway. It's like, look, every year I've done it, because they talked about years previous to me. Not saying it's down to me, but I think they were just building, and I got on the train at fucking, when she was clipping about, 95 miles an hour, and now she's up at 100. Do you know what I mean? I got on the train at the right time. So, this being my third year, but we went down anyway, yeah, and we had the old mayor was there, and it was this nice hotel, but it was weird, like, and that was real boutique-y, and it was like they'd converted an old Georgian place into this smashing looking kind of cool, like, it's like a 5-star apparently, but like 5-star, albeit it doesn't have a fucking pool and a spa and all the rest of this shit, like, but I don't like, I don't know, like, who doesn't have a fucking car park? Do you know what I mean? Like, who do, like, I don't understand. 1 second, I'm going to cough. I'll probably try and edit that out if I can, but I may not. But who doesn't have a car park, like? Do you know what I mean? This place didn't have a car park. And Limerick, what the fuck is going on with fucking finding a shop and scratching discs? It's not 1984. Are you fucking joking me? I genuinely thought that bullshit was fucking long gone. This will be something that I will be talking about on stage. Not obviously in the panto, but next time I'm doing stand-up down there, which I will be on the 19th of December, which is, it is in the middle of the panto and all the rest. But we have a show at 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock that day. There's a school show, so I'll be in Dolan's on, I know I'm sticking this in there. If you're in Limerick, you want to come see me do a longer set than the last one I did, then come see me on the 19th. But I definitely will be talking about that. What the fuck? Who's scratching? Is there anywhere else in the country that's doing that bullshit? Like, put up a fucking text joke or something that people can text, or fucking at least put the machines somewhere around. But you just go fucking scrabbling around these fucking back streets in Limerick looking for a shop for some snaggle-toothed old fucking witch, which is what she was, to give me a fucking like a disc, and then you can only scratch 2 hours worth, and then you got to move the car technically and go out and. It's like, would you ever fuck off with yourself? This is a quiet part of the city too. Like, just put fucking ticket machines up for the love of fuck, will you? You're trying to rebrand this name, and I love Limerick. I'm fucking mad about the place, like, but that bullshit needs to fucking go. Fucking scratching tickets and Jesus Christ, that shit went out with fucking Glen Rowe. That shit. Who the fuck is doing that anymore? But anyway. That's, I mean, look, it's a small grievance to have, but at the same time, go fuck yourself. But I will say the grub that showed up that day was exceptional. I mean, I dodged as many fucking photographs as I possibly could because you're just being whored out to the media. And that's look, it's part of the game. It's part of the game of stand-up too. You got to stand around like at the Laughter Lounge because it was being sponsored by Coors. Myself and Paul Marsh had to be total fucking, merch whores and just stand there with a giant Coors fucking pint and pretend to fucking hang out with it and look funny. Like Coors, again, like I've said last week on the podcast, I wouldn't fucking wash the car with the stuff. Not that I'd wash the car with beer anyway, but you know what I mean? If that was, I would, fuck me. I know we've got a few listeners that fucking drink Coors too. Cut that shit out and drink a beer like a fucking man. And that includes women too. Drink a fucking beer like a proper woman, will you? Christ all fucking mighty. But of course, ever want to sponsor the podcast, you're more than welcome to send me on some. Give me some money and I will tell people how fucking glorious it is. Because that's why I'm a whore, lads, when it comes to this stuff. You do the fucking same thing. Don't look at me like that. How fucking dare you? But yeah, I dodged as many photographs as I could because I figure, look, you have my head in like 20. I don't need... And when kids came over, all right, it was like, yeah, no bother photographs. But like after a while, you're like, this is the same photograph. This is the very fucking same photograph. How many outlets, really? So I just basically hung back with the boss man and we ate sandwiches. My mother came in. She was delighted with the whole affair. She got a photograph taken with all the stars. And we just ate and drank tea. That was essentially it. But I tell you, here's a good one for you now. And here's a fucking good one now. Here's a good one. There's loads of stuff I kind of wanted to get to today. But look at... this is a fucking juicy one. So I'm driving back up, right? Now, it was an early old start heading down and all the rest. And it was a late night the night before with whatever fucking gig I think I was doing. What night was that? Was that Monday night? I was in the Cherry Comedy Club Monday night. So it was, late enough all fucking night. I'm full of sandwiches and all the rest. And about 20-25 minutes outside of Limerick, maybe more. Yeah, about 25-30 minutes outside of Limerick. The old fucking wave of tiredness comes over. It just creeps up on you out of nowhere. I went, well, fuck me, I'm pulling in. So the next parking spot, on the motorway, I pull in, right? So in I pull. All I need is the window down, bit of fresh air for 5 minutes. I'll be fucking hunky-dory, right? Hunky-dory. I was going doing the Paul Crowley trick, kicking off the shoes. If you haven't heard that one, Paul Crowley is a truck driving mate of mine. He's also a stand-up comedian, very funny motherfucker from down there in Cork. Paul, if you're listening, but I'm giving you the credit. If you ever get tired driving, you want to buy yourself an extra hour, here are 2 tricks that I've learned on the way. 1, if you can find a place, if it's late at night, doesn't matter what time of the year it is, it doesn't matter. Just get into the petrol station. Coffee is fine and all the rest of it. The piss weak coffee and petrol station aren't going to do much for you. What you need is an ice cream. It'll shock the system back into play, right? So there's no ice cream fucking places. And here's the Paul Crowley trick if you haven't heard of this one. And truck drivers know this shit because they fucking rack up ridiculous. Kick off your shoes and drive in your socks. Or drive in your bare feet. The coldness off the pedals will just shock you into... Hold on 1 second, I'm going to cough. Fuck me, I hope I'm not getting sick. Fuck. No, I don't think I am. I think it's just fucking... My voice is just fucked. I was on set all day today directing a thing, so I've just been shouting like a bollocks all day. kick off the shoes. The coldness, I find, shocks up through your feet. It kind of shocks your fucking system. It totally wakes you back. So I'm pulled in, right? I'm pulled in. I'm thinking, I'll do the Paul Crowley trick. I'll kick off the shoes, get some fresh air blowing in the window. Might step outside the car or whatever. And I'm sitting there, right? And I'm just doing nothing. I've got the window down. Now, there's a truck or two already pulled in there. Nothing else, right? I pulled in there. There's nothing else and ahead of me. So it's just me and 2 trucks. I pull in ahead of the 2 trucks in the lay-by. I'm twiddling away on my phone, right? Just scrolling down through whatever shit we scroll down through. Like, I think Ireland were playing Argentina coming up. I was just reading the fucking, the upcoming shit in the Irish Independent, right? Next thing out of nowhere, this car is about down the end of the layway, about, ready to pull out. So it obviously had just zoomed by me. I didn't pay any attention. I parked in. There's a bloke walking back towards me. I'm like, I just know about a fucking head in this cunt, right? I've helped enough people on the side of the road. Not that I'm some sort of fucking martyr, but you know what I mean? You help people on the side of the road when they're fucking caught rotten. Like, they brought a shit wheel brace. You know what I mean? They're stuck in a fucking ditch. You've got a fucking chain in the back. You pull them out. You know what I mean? You do what you fucking can. But this cunt had a head of fucking motherfucker, right? I could just smell it off the cunt walking. I'm like, oh, here we go. This is a fucking work if ever I saw it. He's got this big sad face on. Now I can tell a bad actor. I can. I'm not saying I'm fucking class, but I've been around enough fucking class ones to know what a fucking class one looks like. And I've been around enough fucking shite ones to know what a shite one looks like. So this motherfucker knocks on the window, right? He's just like, he's got the hands clasped the whole lot. Hi, listen, me mother, and we're talking now, wince in the face, like he was standing, there was nails in his shoes. I'm going, yeah. And now I put the window down, the passenger window down, he's on the footpath of the whatchamacallit. I put it down about 2 inches, because it's pissing rain too, but I'm, fuck this guy. Doors are locked. Listen, me mother, we're just after visiting my mother inside in the hospital there in Limerick, and we're going up the road here now. And I says, what's wrong with you? And we're going up the road. I said, what's wrong with you? And we're going up the road, and we've only, we've only 8k left on the tank, it says, and there's nothing, what do you want? Now I'm giving you the short version. This shit had gone on for about fucking 2 minutes. A song and a fucking dance, like telling us fucking everything. It was amazing, but so cheese. It was like, man, I can smell the fucking bad acting off you. I'm like, yeah, go on. And he says, could you spare anything? I don't have anything. Who the fuck carries anything in their car anymore in the way of money? You know what I mean? I need traceability on everything. So I card for the fucking toll. If the fucking blipper thing is more, what the fuck am I carrying car? I said, dude, I have nothing. You spare anything? Maybe 20, 30 euro. That's all we're after. I'm like, 20 or 30 fucking euro. You went straight to 20 or 30. You wouldn't even say a fiver. That'll get you up the fucking road, like. You're driving a Yaris. That'll get you up the fucking road. I started laughing. I said, dude, I wouldn't even bother going to the boys behind me in the trucks. Nah, sorry, dude. I've got nothing. And I just kind of put the fucking thing back up. And I hadn't even said the word nothing fully. And the face completely changed. And you can tell, because I've seen people when you yell the word cut on set and they stay in the moment, or they don't know what they're doing acting-wise, or they just don't give a fuck, and they just fucking pull up the anchor before even fucking cut is shouted on set, between fucking while you're filming a scene, and people's faces just change, and they just slip back into the other. And this guy did that before he even got to say the word nothing, sorry mate, or had the window back up. He just face drop. This is a waste of time. Do you know, this fucking goon here sitting on this, waste of fucking time. And was back to the fucking car faster, and the car was already fucking the car was running. So if you were really low on fuel, would you let it take over? Would you? Fuck. Talk about a fucking move. It was, I just sat there for like 5 minutes going, motherfucker. Well, that's good. I'm going to tell the whole podcast that one, because that's one. That's a move, if ever I fucking heard it. So just be wary of that one. Just be wary of that one, because it's very easy to do. If you think about it, you're skitting up the road, you see so you're never going to bother with trucks, because you got to climb up the fucking steps. You got, and a truck driver will just tell you to fuck off. And a lot of time they're sleeping in the bunk, you're wasting your time. But you see a car pulled in there, and the guy actually, sorry, I meant to say too, the guy and part of his story was, we've been parked here now for an hour. I'm like, No, you're not. I pulled in here for like 5-10 minutes ago and you weren't there. You went, no, we've been there or not. So now you're trying to convince me, even though you drove past me. Yes, my head was pointed down because I was looking at my phone. But you're trying to go, what kind of fucking Darren Brown illusionist do you think you are, you fucker? That you're going to fucking tell me that, oh no, we're there all along. It was there all along. You're like, no, it fucking wasn't, you prick. You're trying to make a fucking bollocks out of me. Now fuck off yourself. So I want you to keep that one on file and tell everybody you know to be aware of that. If you pull in at a lay-by, there may be some fucking scummy shyster pull in and give you a whole spiel about the fucking, there's only 8k left in the tank. Could you spare it? Spare fuck all. Spare fuck all. Because it's a move. I'm telling you, it's a fucking move. Like I said, I can smell a bad actor. Do you know? There was no, God bless, listen, I hear you. Thanks very much. Look, fuck, man, I'm just in an awful way. Look. All right. You know, but best of luck. Nothing. Just boom. As soon as he saw the story was fucked, that was it. Gone. It was, it was a fucking snaky one. Fucking snaky one. So yeah, in other news, Stan Lee died. He made a great knife. He did. No, that was a terrible fucking joke. I'm not even getting into it. What a man. What a dude to cover. He had. So, if you think about it, that's you be wondering, have you done much in your life, or when's the time to retire? Fuck, that says fucking Stan Lee. Worked his bollocks up all the way up into his late 90s, and had some fucking crack doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like that's, you know, made more fucking, like, obviously made comic books. I'm not much of a comic book man, but I like all that fucking Marvel stuff. And let's be honest, if he wasn't making Marvel, any of the other superheroes that turned up in any other shit wouldn't have fucking happened either. I say that like I know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I don't. Right, that's enough of my fucking yapping. Once again, thank you very much to all the Patreon people. Like I said, there'll be 2 episodes go up this week because I think I shafted you. I need to put up 2 episodes of the Tom and Jerry show. One's going up now. One will go up again on Friday with this week's guest. Also, if you are not following me on anything, feel free to follow me on anything, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. I'm Tom O'Mahony Comedy. Will find it on the old chatty snaps, which, like I said, I don't use it that much, but I do stick up the odd thing. But really, it's just for kind of answering people, which I do when lads or lassies send me pictures or send me just a little fucking, you know, liking this, all the rest of it. I bang them up. I reply. So that's my. You know, that's what I'll do. But like I said, you'll find me on any of those ones. If you are listening on whatever platform you're listening to it on, whatever it's on, because it's now on Spotify and all the rest of it, give it a share if you wouldn't mind. It'd be fucking class to get more people listening. Also, because more people listen means more people that'll possibly, you know, want to contribute. People who want to contribute makes the old podcast hum along nice with better sounding shit. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts, feel free to hit rate and give it the old 5 stars. And give it a fucking comment as well, because I love comments. That's all I have to say, lads. That's it. That's fucking it. Do send me on. Do you know what? If you're sending me on pictures, send me on pictures. I'd like a screen grab too. If you send me on a screen grab and just what you're doing listening, you know, that kind of way with a little fucking note on it. Screen grab, tag me in it on Instagram, send it to me on Chatty Snaps or even on Facebook or whatever. Just tag the old fucking Tom in it. And yeah, I'll repost it. We'll have a fucking bit of a banter back and forth. Right, I'll be back on Friday with an episode of Buckshot. Go in and fucking mind yourselves, lads.